everyone. Welcome now to Glowy. A long time since I saw you in my channel. Ray, welcome here. Who else do we have? The Starbait. I never seen the Starbait. Are you a lurker or is this the first time? V, on your takes on liberals. Liberals are no longer libertarians pushing or wanting freedom. I don't know. I haven't polled them. All I know is that in 2025, and I've seen this in many nations, ideology doesn't really matter. We have now technology that can be used in order to manipulate people in real time. And it's insanely effective. Like, obviously, it doesn't work on everyone, right? But the government can literally get people to believe that human life is insanely sacred. So we should actually destroy our economy, like everyone stays indoors and stays safe and locks down their businesses. And while they're believing that, it can also make people believe that actually you should go out and protest and looting is fine. So I don't know like if we ever had this in human history, but the reality is like I don't know if ideology matters. Like, if the government wanted tomorrow to make every single person believe that anarcho-capitalism is good, everyone would believe it. Again, well, actually, hold on. Not every single person, obviously. But, like, a sufficient amount of people that it would make a change, right? And if the next day the government wants you to believe that the monarchy is the best thing, people would believe it. Look at the environmentalist nonsense. Right? Look how people are literally believing that, yes, like the earth is going to end unless we turn off our air conditioning. While you go to a bank and they have AC. While you look at the television and you see a parliamentary debate and they have AC on. Or you look at a studio and they have AC, right? And at the same time, like, people are literally convinced that, no, like, air conditioning is the problem. And so, you know, I think the main issue... And I talked to Sargon about this. I'm yet to be refuted. The main issue is the welfare state. The only reason that a government can actually do the things it's doing, all of them, is because it has money to do it. And the reason it has money to do it is because people are willing to put up with the welfare state. Like in Europe, a lot of people pay almost 50% of what they make to the government. And the government takes a cut. So, you know, like, I don't think it matters if you're like a liberalist, if you're a conservative, if you're like a progressive. At the end of the day, the welfare state is the problem, and the government can make you believe whatever it needs you to believe in order to accomplish whatever goal it wants to accomplish. So, yeah, like, I don't care about ideologies that much, to be honest. I do care about common sense. Like, in some situations, certain things have more common sense than others, you know? And until the welfare state is gone, I don't think there's a point in talking about an ideology. Right? It's like, taxation is theft. Yeah, you know, like, a lot of people will say, well, what about the roads and bridges? It's like, I'm already paying 100 times the amount for the roads and the bridges. Right? Like, I pay it when you buy the Rovineta. It's a Romanian tax. You pay it when you pay your actual taxes. They go for infrastructure. You pay it again with the VAT tax. Like you pay for roads and bridges so many fucking times. To the point where it's like, yeah, well, maybe can we dial it back a little bit? A welfare state can work if only the native population receive welfare. I'll tell you why it doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work is because you allow people in power to do a lot of things if they're corrupt. And eventually you're going to get corrupt people. And when you get corrupt people, the first thing that they do is when they notice that the population is declining, because people don't want to have kids. And by the way, like the very definition of welfare makes it so you don't want to have kids, right? Because in a normal society, the things that we had for thousands of years is that if you don't have kids, you grow old and there's no one to take care of you. And so when you have welfare, other kids are going to take care of you, right? Like, let other kids work. And the government is going to take their taxes and they're going to pay you off. And so what ends up happening is people, because of welfare, don't have kids. When people don't have kids, the government panics. It's like, where are we going to take money from? And that's when they start cutting deals with foreign governments, with foreign NGOs, with other people. You know, they bring in immigration. They try to bring in corporations, right? Like, how do they bring corporations? It's like, well, we have cheap labor here. But, like, what if your labor isn't cheap? What if you're in Germany and the German worker, you know, he wants at least 2,000 euros for a minimum job, right? Well, you bring people from Nepal. You bring people from Africa. And they're willing to work for $1,000, right? And now the corporations, the American companies are, sorry, not the American companies, but like the Austrian companies and the European companies are willing to come in there, right? All right, like the whole problem is the welfare state. My favorite Texan, the man from Texas, Kai Bar Barbecue, are my super chats going through. I don't know, you should test with a bigger one. Anyway, right, we're going to be talking about Texas because they decided to fuck with the anime industry for no reason whatsoever. So I was actually thinking yesterday, and I came to the conclusion that 2025 is the year that everyone wanted to fuck with the weebs. Like, I don't know what I have done to society to deserve this level of disdain. But, like, surely there must be worse groups than the weebs, right? Like, surely you must have, like, cartels, drug dealers, human trafficking, like something that's worse than the weebs. Because, like, right now it feels as if everyone hates the weebs. To the point where I'm starting to wonder, like, should I go back to being a furry? Because if I'm a furry, they leave me the fuck alone. Like, no one is fucking with the furries now, right? So, like, it feels as if the furries have an easier time than the weebs. What do I mean by this? Well, let's see. Payment processors decided to fuck with the anime community. No reason whatsoever, right? Like, complete senseless Australian violence has descended on the anime community. A guy in Ireland gets arrested for having a dakimakura, apparently, right? Like, he went from a US anime convention and he got arrested because, like, I don't know, maybe he had, like, an anime girl that was 17. I don't fucking know. But, like, it's just anime. He was arrested. Now, there's a guy that was cosplaying as an Umbrella operative, right? Like, Hank from Resident Evil. He ate dirt as the British police just dogpiled him. The media reported that they caught a shooter. He wasn't a shooter. He was just going to an anime convention. You know, probably tried to log into his NVIDIA driver program to update his video card. But, like, apparently he couldn't because he didn't dox himself, right? Like, he was 16. So he tries to go outside, goes outside, eats dirt. Anyway, right. So now there's a law in Texas which is like one of the... Like, okay, there's two ways to look at it. Either the law is written specifically to fuck with the anime community, which could be a possibility, or it's written by retards, and they didn't really realize what's going to happen. So, my take is that the law in Texas was written to fight against the left pushing LGBT books in schools, right? So, like, in a lot of high schools, you have these LGBT books where some of them were actually obscene and they were meant for kids, right? Now, the law basically says that it's designed to criminalize AI-made pornography, right? But if you actually read what the bill says, if you actually read the law, it criminalizes also any type of drawings or depictions, and this is important how they phrase it. They say, any type of character that appears to be underage. So, like, it doesn't matter if the character is of age or not. Like, if it appears to be. So, like, Uzaki-chan, for instance. You know, like, anything that's small or has small tits. And so, if the character appears to be underage and engages in sexualized manner. So, in other words, you know, Uzaki-chan bending over and showing cleavage, I mean, that can qualify, right? If you interpret the law. Now, I talked about it on Twitter, and I wanted to see what other people think. And it's like, well, you know, like in Texas, the police officers would apply the law strictly. It's like, why not? Like, you're telling me that if someone goes into a manga store and finds a comic book of Uzaki-chan or demon slayer and they file a police complaint, do you not think that the cop is going to get the store owner and ask him? Like, do you think that a chilling effect isn't going to happen? That businesses aren't just going to start banning this shit? Now, here's the reason why this is actually very problematic, right? Do you know what's in Texas? Crunchyroll is in Texas. That's right. So, like, Crunchyroll may actually have to lawyer up and start putting community guidelines in terms of service and tell Japan, it's like, hey, Japan, you want to reach America? You want to reach the world? You want to make money with your anime? Well, you got to censor, because, like, look what the law says here. You know, we can't have minors in sexualized positions. So, in other words, if you have, like, a 17-year-old girl, like a My Hero Academia, or anything like that, you know, a Dragon Ball scene that has, like, some fan service in it. Like, again, no pornography or anything. But just, like, a panty shot, maybe some cleavage. Like, literally anything that would get a feminist upset. We're not talking about the fine here. We're talking about being treated the same as a child molester. Right? Like, this is a law that passed. And I'm probably thinking it's not going to go through SCOTUS. Like, if it gets challenged, it's going to be repealed. But the main problem that you have here is that, sorry, I was checking my phone. Yeah, the main problem that you have here is that companies are going to start self-regulating. And they're going to ban a lot more than they should ban. And this is why the thumbnail for the video is the way it is. Like, apparently there was an anime convention in Texas. And one guy that had the booth was denied. Like, this never happened before. Right? Like, the booth of the guy was regulated. Apparently he didn't have anything pornographic. Was just an artist. And not only that, but, like, apparently he's going to go to England now. So, like, they have an anime convention in England. I don't know what the guy draws, but, like, if he can go to England, like, surely it can't be that bad. Because, like, in England, it's actually illegal to have drawings of underage characters in sexual positions, right? So, basically, like, Texas passed a more draconic law than England had. Now, the reason that I think they passed this law, as I mentioned before, like, there were a lot of schools which had LGBT activists push for their own books, you know? And they had, like, their little grift with, like, an author that writes, like, a book about LGBT for kids that normally no one would buy. But because the government was buying now, it was all of a sudden extremely profitable, right? So you had, like, a lot of these absolutely no names grifting activists all of a sudden making tens of millions of dollars by working hand in hand with the government. And the idea was like, okay, we're going to get young people to vote Democrat, and in exchange, you give us money and you get the schools to buy our shitty books, right? And some of those books were obscene because, like, again, these people have no fucking chill. Like, they're not like Eastern Europeans to know how to grift. Like, you don't grift ideologically, right? Like, if the government says they're going to buy your book, just make something, you know, very vanilla. You know, you can teach the kids about the LGBTs without outraging the entire nation. You can do it, but, like, no, they went overboard. And they even had, like, books depicting oral sex and other nonsense, right? Now, everything was drawn, right? And it was drawn in a way so it doesn't actually pass the Miller test for obscenity because it has, like, academic purpose, right? Like, if a school bought it. And so this law that Texas bought is, I believe, is to literally hit on these books. And to literally get these books banned without being viewed as them going against the LGBT. Because the thing with the LGBT is that while culturally it's in decline, right? And we saw this with Cracker Barrel and any type of company that even remotely tries to virtue signal. Like, culturally it's in decline. Legally, it's enshrined. Like, in a lot of these places, LGBT stuff is still ingrained into law. And so, like, they can't just pass a law that says, yeah, we're going to ban LGBT books from schools, because it's not going to get past SCOTUS. But what they can do is, like, they can set a different standard for obscenity. And that is the way that they can try to target all of these books from schools. Now, they probably expect that SCOTUS isn't going to allow this to pass anyway, because it's ridiculous. Like, it's going to hit a lot of other things that have nothing to do with obscenity. And when that happens, like, the law will pass, but, like, the law will fall. But until that point, they will be able to do a lot of selective enforcement in society. Unfortunately, anime is going to be a collateral damage. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not going to see someone getting arrested over this, and they won't even have anything pornographic. Like, there won't be, like, an actual anime with sex in it. It's just going to be, some fan service or some manga owner that, he just owns a store, and one of the books in his store happens to be problematic. We'll see. What I definitely think will happen is that you'll notice Crunchyroll changing its TOS, and you're going to have, like, a lot more filtered anime coming through, right? And it's not going to be filtered by America. Like, you're not going to get, like, the raw Japanese anime and America censors. No, like, it's going to be censored by the anime studio in Japan, right? Like, the Japanese people, when they're going to start making a new anime, they're going to go like, okay, we want to sell this to the world in order to make money. And what they will do is, like, they will start censoring in-house, and then they will sell the censored version to America through Crunchyroll. Anyway, let me go through some super chats. We got K-Bat again. All you're getting is $5 because I, as a Texan, didn't mess with the anime. Well, you don't need every single man in Texas to mess with the anime for the anime to get messed with, I can't pronounce this. I'm sorry. I did get like 100 MX. What is MX? Mexican pesos. I appreciate it. But I don't know how to pronounce your name. I do know that you have a shiki in your name. You got a shiki there. Doesn't the Texas law amendment contradicts the federal statute? The federal statute specifies indistinguishable from real children, and I think it will be interesting if it's challenged under that. Well, yeah, but like until it gets challenged, this is what I'm saying, right? Like the way it works, like you can pass almost any law that gets the vote, right? And what happens when a law passes, the aggrieved party can take it to the Supreme Court. And they can say, well, hold on a little bit. Like, yes, this law passed, but we believe it's unconstitutional. And until that happens, it can be like a year, 2 years, it depends, right? And until that happens, the law can have effect. Like, people can get arrested, fines can be issued. Now, if the law is declared unconstitutional, then everything, like, apparently goes back. But, like, until that point, like, companies over-regulate, right? This is also what happened with another law, FOSA, right? Have you heard about that? Like, this is the law that fucked the internet, actually. So, they passed a law, which allegedly is to combat online sex trafficking, right? And this law basically goes under the Section 230 and makes platforms liable for any sex trafficking that happens there. And so, if you have, like, a person that kidnaps a woman and then forces her to make sexy videos and uploads them online, it's not just that person that's responsible. It's also, like, the platform. In my opinion, it's ridiculous. It's kind of like making the electric company or the camera-making company responsible for crimes. Like making the car company responsible for crimes. It's ridiculous. But anyway, they consider that, okay, let's make online platforms responsible for the stuff that's uploaded there. Now, if you have a platform that has, like, millions of videos uploaded a day, if even one video sneaks through, well, it's a colossal disaster for the platform, right? So, like, what they did is this is when, like, before you had, like, Craigslist, like a lot of people are upset about OnlyFans nowadays. But back then you had, like, Craigslist actually giving prostitution. Like, there were prostitutes, like, posting on Craigslist and saying, yeah, you want to have sex with me, this is how much it costs, right? You guys remember that? I think it was, like, 2018, like, it wasn't that long ago. But anyway, right, so like Craigslist and a lot of other websites, like they drop all the escort services, dating websites stop uploading TOS. It was a massive, colossal failure. Because like, I think like that's when Tumblr, yeah, like that's when Tumblr went under. And when Tumblr went under, all of the insanity from Tumblr went on Twitter. And that's why I'm saying it's a failure, because it destroyed so many communities. On one hand, it destroyed Tumblr, which I don't really give a shit, but like all of their mental asylum went on Twitter and to MySpace. And that's what pissed me off. So anyway, right, that was the first thing, right? Like the FOSA Act. Didn't really stop sex trafficking, right? Like, I don't think like the dark web is something that doesn't exist. But regardless, okay, fine, it sanitized that part of the internet. Then you had like another scandal where OnlyFans got targeted for having underage models, right? And when you think about underage, in my mind, I'm thinking like 5 years old, 7 years old. No, they were like teenagers that managed to create an account by faking an ID. And I think like there were like 10, 20 cases of that. Meanwhile, you had like hundreds of thousands of cases on Facebook, but they went after OnlyFans. And so initially, the payment processors pulled from OnlyFans, but then OnlyFans struck a deal and they got the payment processors back. Now, what happens with the Pornhub is a couple of years later, there's this chick which claimed that her video was uploaded on Pornhub. It was a revenge porn case. And she demanded to be taken down, and apparently it wasn't taken down in time. And so she sued the entire company and the payment processor. She sued MasterCard and Visa. And MasterCard and Visa basically said, it's like, look, we're payment processors. We don't judge, right? Like, we're a service. We're kind of like the electric company, right? And the judge went, no. See, because with OnlyFans, because you blocked them initially and then you re-added them, it means that you're an editor. Like, you believe that you have the right to do this. And so, like, based on that, we're going to now force you to stand in this lawsuit. And so, this is when the risk assessment comes, right? This is when the whole thing where the payment processors and the credit cards goes about risk assessment. Like, it's a risk to our corporate value, blah, blah, blah. This is why, because they're basically saying, well, hold on a little bit. Like, if we allow a website like Pornhub to, you know, to facilitate transactions using us, what happens if we get sued again, right? And so now it's a risk. And the risk expands to fictional content as well, right? It's not just things with adults, it's fictional content. Now, the thing with adults, like, some of it makes sense, right? Like, for instance, if you have a rape, right? And it's with actual human beings, like actors. Perfect example is with Belle Delphine, like, she did the whole rape in the woods things. But everyone knows, like, it's Belle Delphine, and she did it because she's edgy and she wanted to upset people. However, if you didn't know it's Belle Delphine and you don't know the lore, like, that thing looked real. And so, like, a credit card company can't tell if there's actors, you know, faking it, or if it's like actual real people committing a crime. And so they're basically saying, okay, well, it comes to adults, like, absolutely no non-consent, no dubious consent, none of that, right? Because, like, they can't tell. But now they're also applying it to fiction. And now they're also applying it to anime and cartoons and all the other stuff. And this is where we are today. Like, today we are in the place where a woman apparently had her PayPal banned because she bought an erotic book. And I think that's a really good thing. Because in politics, we know nothing changes in a society until women get affected. When women finally get affected, then people get up their ass and then something changes. And so, up until now, you know, no one cares. But if you're going after erotica, if you're going after women's books, holy shit. I mean, no, seriously. Seriously, like, women's books are the thing that I guarantee to you, you're finally going to get the Democrats next election. Because, like, all the white liberal women are going to petition. And they're going to say, it's like, hey, what is this? Like, my PayPal account got suspended, you know? Women really hate being embarrassed. Women really care about their social status. And, like, having her PayPal banned because she bought a naughty book, and now everyone at work knows, Jesus, they're playing with fire. Did your wife consent? You have to pay for Pornhub? I think you could have gotten memberships or some shit. But it was mostly for the creators to get their money, right? Like, the people that uploaded videos there, right? Like, they still had ads. And the people uploading videos, they got money from the ads. And then, like, they used PayPal and MasterCard in order to get paid. So, yes. Archer's talking about starting a new vampire roleplay. What's the chance of the old Dungeons & Dragons Crusader team to grow back together? I refuse to play a game if Short Fat Otaku is in it or if Rags is in it. So, if Arch wants me in, he hasn't invited me yet. I'll probably say yes. I actually do want to play. However, if either Rags or Dev are in the game, I will have to pass. And I'm not passing because I'm like a stuck up and I'm like, oh, wow, you know, like you have to accommodate me. I do believe that the campaign is not going to be enjoyable for the people around if either Rags or Dev are in it with me. And so I'm just going to be the man in the room and be like, look, I don't want to ruin your fun. You know, like if I play, I want to have fun. And you guys deserve to have fun as well. And so it's not going to be fun to see me and Rags arguing at each other. Like, Rags is insanely passive-aggressive. I'm a very outspoken person. We just don't mix. We're going to argue with each other. I don't like that. And Dev, I believe that he sabotaged the previous campaign. I believe he's a douchebag. And so I don't want to play with him out of principle. FTP Coder, welcome. Welcome to the show. Nothing was banned. Alright, well, a guy from an anime convention was banned. Yes. Sargon I have no problem with. Sargon is actually nice to play with. I enjoy hearing him as a DM, and I would probably enjoy playing with him as a player. Rags is what happens when you didn't get punched enough when you fuck around. Well, yeah, that's the thing, you know, like, with Rags, when I was playing, every time he spurred out, he would be like, well, this is what my character would do, this is what my character would do. And then, like, we decided it's okay, well, let's fuck with this character in the universe. And we actually, you know, like, said, okay, well, if your character is a paladin and he doesn't want to come on this mission, you can stay behind, right? You can stay back, and we're going to go on a mission without you. And I was like, well, but I thought we're all friends, we're supposed to play together. And it's like, okay, so when you're not getting your way, it's about friendship. When it's you fucking with us, is that what your character would do? I see. Interesting. I don't trust Archie. He hangs around with Dev too much. I think he hangs around with Dev less lately. Again, I haven't spoken with many people recently. I've been very busy working on my game, so I can get it banned from Steam. It's not a good day. Not a good day to be a content creator, chat. Anyway, I saw this. This is actually very funny. You know, it shows that Americans just don't get it. You know, like, this is why I think Americans don't get women. I mean, I'm generalizing. You know, I shouldn't stereotype. Obviously not all Americans, but a lot of Americans don't get women, right? So here you have this. A truly shocking number of sex for rent listings can be found. New sex for rent agreements become popular in Canada. I think it's in Canada, but like this is an American commenting, right? And he believes that this is prostitution. See, like, this is a fundamental lack of understanding in women. Like, when did you learn that? Who told you that this is prostitution? When was your mother when you were supposed to learn? How can you say such stupid things? A woman asking sex for rent is not prostitution. Prostitution is when a woman has sex with multiple guys for money. In this case, she is having sex with one guy for money. This is what we call a gold digger. She's a leecher, right? She's a muncher. She's a gold digger. She's not a prostitute. There's a difference. Like, words have meaning, right? A prostitute spreads venetic diseases. If she has sex with only one man, and it's kind of like a virtual Tamagotchi, where you have to feed her, clothe her, make sure that she has fun and everything, that's a gold digger. Dios mio, they're different. They're bad in different ways. It's not the same. It's more of a sugar daddy situation. There is this unspoken contract where she's the eye candy and you're the sugar daddy. Does the interaction happen once or only 24/7? I don't fucking know. Like, you need to look at her contract. It's very important that you read the contract before this. And you also need to look at what happens when the clauses expire. CGR 902. Thank you so much for the 5 Canadian money. See, I was just talking about your country. Arch said Dev can't come on the Archcast till he does a response video. I don't know what he's supposed to respond to, though. I actually do know what he's supposed to respond. Dev has gotten into cahoots with a VTuber by the name of Kirsche. And Dev has been accused that on his server there was an individual, transgender I believe, which was caught trying to sabotage Kirche, right? Like he was doing operations that may be homosexual in nature against Kirche. And Kirche showed up with 300 pages. I'm not kidding, 300 pages of logs, which, to be fair, at this point I could actually read them. Because at that point, I was like, bitch, I'm not reading 300 pages. Like, get the fuck out. That's like what? Like, how many pages does A Song of Ice and Fire have? Like, you're asking me to read a novel here. It's like, look, I'm a busy man. Like, I'm not like the TLDR nonsense type of guy, you know? It's not like you posted a very long tweet reader and I'm not reading it. But, like, when you come, like, with pages upon pages of logs and people that I don't know and, you know, like, this guy is with this guy in cahoots with that guy, you know? It is what it is. But anyway, right, it's not my business. It's not my business because I'm not the one harassing Kirche, right? And I used to work at the Archcast as a co-host. And so I was organizing the events. I was organizing the guests that were supposed to come on the Archcast. And I basically, like, talked to Kirche. It's like, hey, do you want to join? And she's like, well, not if Dev is dead. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with Dev? And she was like, well, he did this to me. And she shows me 300 pages. And I'm like, I mean, okay, don't come here. Oh, aren't you going to do anything about it? And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about it? It's like, I'm not Dev's mother. It's like, yeah, but it's not okay what he's doing. And it's like, okay, I'll show it to Arch. Anyway, not my business, not my problem. So basically what Arch did is he said that he wants Dev to make a response video. And I believe this was last year. So we're still 1 year away from the response video happening. Like, the response video is Dev supposed to engage with the 300 pages of allegations against him. I don't know if it's exactly 300 pages, but like, my fucking god, it was like an entire novel there. You can actually make an anime season 1, and you probably have even a little bit to go with season 2.5. Steven Nisex, thank you. You never know. It is Devland at Canada. Maybe it's the men who have to give female homeowners the woohoo in lieu of rent. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Nightmare, thank you for the $2. Jesus, Nightmare is suffering financially. You know, like, I can actually know when my viewers are suffering financially. Like, usually he used to give like $10, then $5, and now it's $2. Like, what can I, or maybe it's like before his paycheck. It's fine, Nightmare. I appreciate it. I appreciate even $2, except that you're making me hate my government more, because I realize that out of these $2, like, one is going to be taken by the government, and they don't work for it. I do. How can I sign up for this contract? Well, you gotta be in Canada first. Livestream. Dev said recently that he's going to rebrand in a couple of weeks, and the response videos will come out before that. Oh my goodness. I mean, if that's right. Dev also said he will do the trucker video, and then include a small snippet about it in his 4-hour video. Oh, hold on. No. 4-hour video. Is this like a tactic so he doesn't get video responses? Like, which is the guy that there's a guy with like a bullseye that keeps hounding Dev wherever he goes, RTN or some shit. Like, every single time he makes, like, I'm looking at his channel, right? He barely has any views, but when he makes a video about short fat otaku, it's like 30,000, 40,000 views. Anyway, right? It's maybe so that Dev can run away from that guy. 4 hours video. Holy fucking shit. Like, the editing alone. Like, dude, make a video series at that point. Hey, 4 hours. I mean, if people watch it, you know. Like, the thing is, like, I understand, like, making videos so that people listen on their way to work, on their car, when they're relaxing, jogging, like, fine, you know. But like a 4-hour video, like who has time for that? Like, seriously, like, even a movie, right? Like, how long is Lord of the Rings, the extended edition? Yeah, Ace 191. Yes, this is the guy I'm talking about. How long is Lord of the Rings? Like, can you imagine that? You can actually go and watch the Dev video. And I can go in the other room and watch Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Expanded Edition. I will finish watching that before you finish watching the Dev video. Hello, Daniel. Isn't it insane, right? You just pause and listen to it later. I guess like what you can do is you can play it on double the speed, right? Play it on double the speed. That's still a 2-hour video. No, I get that people love background videos, right? But like a 4-hour video, I think is too much. I think like 1 hour is okay. 1 hour and 20 minutes and you're stretching it. But like if you're doing a 4-hour video, holy shit. So he is rebranding. What is he rebranding to? I don't think like rebranding is a good idea, to be honest. I definitely don't. Like this thing still stands with you, right? Like no one, it's the internet, right? Like the only way rebranding works is kind of like Jim did it, but even Jim didn't do it that well. So like you had Internet Aristocrat, right? And Internet Aristocrat comes online and people subscribe and they watch him, and then he just disappears. Like one day he just stops uploading. And then, years later, people find out, hey, there's this other channel, Mr. Merker. And you know that is that guy? And like, people literally, stop calling him Internet Aristocrat. Like, no one calls Internet Aristocrat. No one calls Jim Internet Aristocrat anymore. So, like, maybe that's, like, one way you can rebrand if you take, like, a long break and a hiatus. But, like, if you just change your channel name and avatar, like, people don't really care. Lord of Death 4, Return of the Trucker. Not to mention, like, the trucker video, it's, I think he just wants people to stop talking about it, but, like, at the time, making a video, like, why did people ask him to make a video at then? It's because it was risky, right? That's literally it. Like, the government was cracking down on any type of dissent, and people were like, well, Dev, like, you have a lot of morals, and you basically have, like, a lot of ideological takes. Why aren't you making the video now? And because he didn't, like, people were like, oh, so, like, you're afraid. Okay, fine. But at least say so. Don't pussyfoot around the issue. Like, during COVID, I admitted I was scared. I admitted, like, I was saying, like, look, I see doctors, like, licensed medical professionals, having their channels zooked. And I flatly stated, it's like, okay, I'm not going to talk about it. Like, if actual, people that... Not doctors with a license, but like actually participating at various medical symposiums and writing books about medicine and having all these accreditations, and they're getting zooked. It's like, what chance do I have? And that's also the time I fucked up this channel. Like, this channel used to get at least 800 viewers every single show. And during COVID, I decided to delete all of my videos, all of my live streams. You guys are the only ones that stuck up with me. Like, I really appreciate it. I hope I'm still providing entertainment for you. But, yeah, I definitely killed my channel because, like, I was afraid of getting guests, and I was afraid of saying anything that would get my channel nuked. And, I regret that, to be honest. I'm like, no, I did a bad thing. Internet Aristocrat was a much better brand. I think Jim himself is the brand. Jim is like one of these content creators that you get once a generation. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people like him. A lot of people say that I'm ass-kissing if I say anything positive about him. But like, look, let's put it objectively, right? How many content creators do you know that don't stream regularly, aren't associated with any type of brands or any type of corporate deals or any type of consultancy groups? So they're completely independent. And if they want now, like if Jim was streaming now on any platform, it doesn't matter what. Like Jim can go now and stream on Kick. He can stream on Rumble. He can stream on fucking BitChute. And he's going to get at least 5,000 people watching. How many content creators can pull that off? Like, this is not about, what I think about him, his political takes or anything. It's his accomplishments. His achievements. I don't know of any content creator that can pull this out of their ass. Like, literally go anywhere they want, shoot up a stream, and all of a sudden it's popular and entertaining. Like, it's going to make you laugh. Even people that cope and see that Jim, I'm willing to bet that they're laughing. I'm willing to bet Ethan Ralph laughs when watching a Jim video. Who is Jim? Well, he's a content creator that does exactly what I said he does. It's very entertaining. Some people don't like him because, well, he was a troll and he did the upset a lot of people. But all in all, the curse of Jim, I would say, like, this is his voodoo curse. And I don't know if he's going to ever listen to this. Probably not. But like, if I was to ever talk to him again, I would say it's like, look, do you realize that every single person that you try to help, like you went to people and you tried to help them grow. You tried to help Tonkasaw grow. You tried to help JF grow. You tried to help Ralph grow. Like, you went to a lot of other YouTubers and you joined their shows consistently. You were on their podcast. You know, hyped them up and you brought them viewers. And every single one of them stabbed you in the back. Every single one of these people that Jim helped stabbed him in the back. Like, it's fascinating. I've never seen anything like it. Meanwhile, the people he attacked, and he attacked me and Sargon, we never stabbed Jim in the back. It is what it is, I guess. Even Josh Wood is jealous of Jim. Like, I haven't seen the drama. I don't really watch many content creators, so I don't know what Josh is doing. But, like, I do know that they streamed together. It was, like, one of the most entertaining streams that I've seen. I always wanted Josh and Jim to stream because, like, they both have charisma. And they both have the ability of making people laugh. So, like, the two streams that I wanted to see, I eventually got. One of them was the Pippa Jim stream. I really wanted to see that. The other one was Josh and Jim. Like, there's one more stream that I would like to see, and I know it will never happen, unfortunately. Chat, can you guess what it is? Like, which content creator would you like to see with Jim? My answer, Darkside Phil. I would really love to see Darkside Phil streaming with Jim. No, I saw Sargon and Jim. There's so many streams with them together. Right? Like, no. Like, I want to see a stream that hasn't been done yet, and welcome to the show, Book. Yes, Darkside Phil. See, like, Book is smart. Book knows things. Mia Khalifa? No, like, it's someone that's actually in the sphere, you know, of possibilities. Like, why would Mia Khalifa stream with Jim? But yes, I would definitely like to see Darkside Phil. The thing is, like, it almost happened. It almost happened. It was, the Kino Casino that tried to organize it, and Darkside Phil came out and he said, it's like, okay, so I know there's this guy that's roasting me and making fun of me, and I really dislike him, but I hear he has cancer, and so, like, I'm willing to do a stream with him, I'm willing to talk with him. But actually Jim responded that time that I think, like, he was in the hospital or like he really had a bad week, and he said that he can't do the stream. And so, they postponed it, and it never got remade, right? But, like, that would have been epic. That would have been epic. You want to see me at Joe Rogan? That would be so fucking boring. You can see me with, what's his name? With Gorka. Like, I stream with Gorka. Did you guys know that? Stream with Gorka. I think, like, he's Trump's, national security or foreign security advisor or something. Like, he's in the Trump administration now. I'm not kidding, you can Google it. Like, I stream with Sebastian Gorka. Look at Sebastian Gorka V. I did a stream with him. And then I find out in The Guardian that he's actually in the Trump administration. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm 1 degree of separation from Donald Trump. Like, I can, you know, because I still have him in my DMs because we organize. Like, actually, I have him on my phone. Because actually, like, it was such a boomerish way of organizing the stream. My God, I expected that it's like a YouTube content creator, right? Like, this guy comes out of nowhere. I didn't know who he was, right? But, like, he comes out of nowhere. It's like, I really like your channel. I really like your videos. Do you want to do a stream? And I thought it's a content creator, you know? Like, I don't even look him up. And, like, okay, fine. And then I'm trying to see who the fuck is this Gorka so I can get ready, you know? Like, what are we going to talk? Are we talking anime? Like, what are we discussing? And my jaw drops. It's like 1.4 million followers on Twitter. And I'm like, holy shit. Okay, well, Jesus. Okay, right. Fuck. I guess I'll get ready. And so he asks for my phone number. And I was like, is this a scam? Like, who the fuck asked for your phone number? Like, don't you want my Discord? Like, aren't we going to organize this on Skype or something? And the answer is yes, he wanted my Skype. It's like, who the fuck uses Skype? Oh my goodness, right? So his editor calls me, and yes, like, he has an editor. His editor calls me, like, literally on the phone, and asks for my Skype. I give him the Skype, and we do it. It's like, oh, you're going to be on American radio, V. I'm like, what the fuck, American radio? Can I curse? No! And that was that. And then I'm like, okay, well, nice guy, you know, he's a friendly chap. And a couple of months later, it's like, oh, Stephen Gorka is now with the Trump administration. What the fuck? You know, the only thing that I regret is that I didn't use my troll avatar. Because, like, I assume, like, his audience is mostly boomers, right? And it would have been nice if I'd have used my troll avatar. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. The thing with Gorka, though, I'll tell you this, because I actually listened to some of his shit. Did he dox me? He did give you the power word real name, didn't he? Oh my god. Jesus, he got the... He got a good picture of me as well. Look at this, right? I actually had to go take a shower before. Joking. I took a shower during. Anyway. Yeah, so like that. Then you look at Sebastian Gorka, and he's like in the Trump administration. The whole thing is that during the whole event it didn't last that long, but like after I looked at his takes, I think like he's one of the few people in the MAGA administration that actually understands Russia. Like part of the new guard, like the old boomer guard. You know, like, they're war hogs, they want war. But, like, when it comes to, like, sitting down one of them and, like, asking them about Russia, you know, like, tell me about Russian history, like, what do you think Russian interests are? If Russia wants to attack the Baltics, how would they do it? What would happen if Russia loses Ukraine? What would happen if they... many people from MAGA have no idea. Like, they don't care about this because, like, their ideology is not interventionist, right? So it's like, let Russia do whatever. But... Sebastian Gorka is actually one of the few people of the New Guard, and the New Guard, I mean the MAGA movement, which is like a new guard for the Republicans, that generally gets Russia. Like, yeah, I can say that he's got Eastern European blood in him. He understands the Russian people. Yeah, he understands where Adidas. Boog, if he manages to stay in contact with Gorka, is that a far-off dream? I am in contact with Gorka. I mean, like, we don't really have anything to talk about, right? Like, I don't bother the man. I assume he's busy. But, like, if someone was to, you know, Arch was like, hey, V, can you get Gorka on my show? I would be like, oh, I see what I can do. And I would have a message him. And I would be like, hey, Gorka, are you interested? He'll probably say, what? Who's Arch? And I'll be like, well, he's a good content creator. Talks about Warhammer. Just chat him up a bit. About what, though? I don't know. It's kind of awkward. I guess, like, I'm saving it, you know? Like, I'm saving for the big ask. Well, that's the thing. If I say hi a couple of weeks, won't it piss him off? Right? It's just, no. It's not how it's done. Tell him what you see in the local populace about Russia. I don't know. Like, he already knows. Dude, like, if he's in the Trump administration, he probably knows a lot more than I do. Anyway, Grok, is this true? Tell him about the anime problem. I actually did. That is the one time that I addressed... I went to someone in the Trump administration to talk to him about the anime. I basically said that there's a lot of Chinese soft power being pushed right now. And I said that, look, if you look at the top, like, I know you're not a gamer, I know you don't play video games, but my kids will. And right now, if you go on Steam, the top selling games are Chinese. And if you look at any type of entertainment, the top entertainment is Japanese. And I showed him Gargura in the Dodger Stadium. And I basically said, it's like, that's not right. Like, you're like Dodgers are an American team. And it should either be Mickey Mouse up there, or it should have been like an American actor. I know that Gargura is American, but like that's not right. Like that's Japanese, right? Like that's Japanese soft power. And he actually said that, yeah, like politics is downstream from culture. And a couple of weeks later, and this is like what shocked me, and I don't know if this is me doing it or it just fucking happened, but like a couple of weeks later, Trump says that he's going to send ambassadors to Hollywood. And I think like he named like 2 Hollywood actors in order to unfuck Hollywood. I don't know what came out of that. I don't know if it's my doing. Probably not. You know, I don't want to say that I take credit for that. But still, you know, like I like my jaw dropped. And since that day, I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to this man anymore. Like God knows what am I going to suddenly do, and then regret that I'm the one that did it. Tell him to reduce the tariffs on Romania. I don't think like America has tariffs on Romania, but like it has tariffs on the European Union, so. I always take credits? Ah, I see. But like what happens if I take credit and one day Gorka comes up and says like, no, this guy is full of shit? What do I do then? Yeah, Mel Gibson. Yeah, Mel Gibson was a Hollywood ambassador. But yeah, no, like seriously though, like what I said actually, I believe in it. I do think that one of the main reasons that Romanians love America so much, to the point of irrational affection, is due to Hollywood, due to American music, due to American clothing style. Like, soft power works. You can end up having people across the world that absolutely love you for no fucking reason. And American soft power is in decline. Like, no one gives a shit about Disney anymore. Like, Hollywood, you know, it puts up slop after slop. And so if your kids are going to end up playing Chinese video games and listening to watching Chinese anime shit, they're going to like China to the point where you're going to have a politician wanting to set some tariffs on China or wanting to do some hardball, and people are going to be like, what are you doing? You know, like, Chinese are cool. They make nice waifus. We lost the visa waiver program. That's actually a good thing, and I'll explain it. A lot of the media likes to complain about the visa waiver. The reality is, like, any Romanian that had the money for the visa waiver can actually get a visa in America, right? Like it's not impossible. You know, we're not a third world country. And so, like, if you literally want to go to America, you can go to America, right? And you can actually study in America. The visa waiver was a punishment, a very symbolic one, for us shutting down our democracy, for deciding that, no, the last elections aren't good. And we canceled our election, right? And so, like, that was a symbolic punishment that America gives a shit. And that's actually a good thing. Like, America should give a shit. Notice how the European Union didn't care that we canceled our democracy. France didn't care. Britain didn't care. America cared. And if, like, what they needed to do, instead of, like, putting tariffs on us or withdrawing troops or taking away our, recalling their diplomats, right? And what they did is, like, just ban the waiver, the visa waiver, as a symbolic gesture. It's like, hey, I'm happy with that. Anyway. It's not irrational to love America. Depends. Like, if America is run by the Democrats and they're pushing LGBT ideology, I think, like, I'm not saying you should hate them, but at the same time, you can be a little bit more like, okay, maybe we need to take a break for 4 years until you have new elections. Yeah, the EU applauded. Exactly, right? So, no, I definitely think the visa waiver was, like, the best thing that could happen out of all the possibilities. During the pandemic, suddenly everyone was using Zoom, a Chinese software. I never understood that. I never knew why they're not using Discord. Like what does Zoom have and Discord doesn't? Do you know what's actually funny? Like Facebook actually wanted to have like a VR thing for companies to sit there in a VR boardroom and talk about business. And I was thinking like, who the fuck thought that companies, right, are going to trust Facebook? Can you imagine that? Like talking trade secrets or have company meetings in a place where Zuckerberg can listen to everything that you say. They would rather trust a Chinese company. They would rather trust Zoom than to trust Facebook. Discord isn't professional. And Zoom is. Again, I never understood it. It's like, okay, well, Discord isn't professional. You can literally create your Discord server, right? Like, it can be anything you want. Discord is compromised. Yeah, okay. Is it more compromised than a Chinese company like Zoom? I don't know. I don't know. It was weird. Like, all of a sudden, everyone is using Zoom. And I'm like, but why, though? Why not use Skype at that point, you know? To be honest, Facebook hasn't given people reason to trust them. I know. But, like, the thing is, a lot of people complain about TikTok and Chinese companies. And I'm like, okay, but, like, is Facebook any better? Because they're all shit. Right? It's like, people look at all shit and it's like, yeah, but this is America shit and it's better. No, it's shit. Literally, all of these social media companies, if they're free, you're the product. Skype is dead. It got replaced by Teams. Really? I can't log on Skype anymore? Like, is my Skype account dead? If I download it now, it won't work? There was a ton of weird connections to China during COVID. I know. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Anyway, right, chat. I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for the super chats. Hopefully, I did manage to entertain you. Do come again tomorrow, right? Boog, was nice to see you. And Ghost 101. Are you a lurker? I never seen you before. Yeah, there were like a lot of people that I haven't seen in ages coming to the stream, and I appreciate that. And I will see you guys tomorrow.